By default, our Cisco router interfaces are disabled out of the box. That's right. Disabled. That is completely different than our switches. Switch interfaces are enabled by default right out of the box. So what does that mean? It means that once you implement your router, you will have to enable your interfaces on an interface by interface basis. So in this case, interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0. How do I enable it? I type in no shutdown. So I went into global configuration mode, then into interface configuration mode, and I typed in no shutdown. And you can see that our interface went up at layer 1, up at layer 2 of the OSI model. What if we want to disable an interface? Why? Well, maybe we are experiencing issues in that part of the network, and we don't want those issues to affect our router or other local area networks attached to that router or other places in our organization. Or maybe we are decommissioning that particular local area network, so we're going to shut down the router interface. Let's disable it. Well, the command to do that is shutdown. And when the interface is put into the shutdown mode using the shutdown command, we will be known as being administratively down at layer 1 and down at layer 2. So interfaces are disabled by default. You're going to have to enable them with the no shutdown command. So let's look at a sample configuration here of a router interface, serial 0/0/0. So we are in privilege exec mode. We type in configure terminal to get the global configuration mode. Then I type in interface serial 0/0/0 to get to serial interface configuration mode. Let's go ahead and enable that interface with the no shutdown command because it's disabled by default. But we're also going to need an IP address here. So the IP address is going to be configured by typing in IP address in interface configuration mode, followed by the address itself, so 172.18.0.1, and the subnet mask, in this case, it's 255.255.0.0. Now, since I have an IP address on an interface, and the interface is now up because I enabled the interface, what's going to happen? What is going to happen? Well, the router is going to determine what the network ID is of this. What's the network ID? So the network ID is going to be, in this case, 172.18.0.0/16. So it figures out the network ID, and then it puts this network ID in the local routing table as a directly connected route. So we get directly connected routes in the routing table by having an IP address on an interface, in the interface being enabled, meaning it is up.